With this acrylic design, we are going to take lava, shimmering sand, hologram, black glitter, silver polka dot confetti, and lemonade mylar to create a wicked fall mix. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour Speed Clear into the jar. Notice that I'm actually keeping the levels right here below the threads. The reason for that is I need room to mix. So the first mix is actually taking quite a bit of lava and shimmering sand, about 50-50, leaving enough space in the jar. And then taking hologram and black. And again, leaving space in the jar. Once we have added our glitters to the surface, you can totally tell that I have enough room to shake the jars. We're going to roll the jar to create a perfect powder and glitter mix. What we're going to do is we're going to push the cuticles back. We're going to set ourselves up for the perfect prep. On the lowest speed, we want to be able to tickle away the shine. So again, coming around the corner, nice and gentle, letting the file do all the work. I'm going to lightly remove the shine throughout the surface of the nail. Again, by gently tickling it away. Once we are done doing that, we're going to swipe to cleanse the surface of the nail of oils and contaminants and dust. We're going to allow it to dry to a chalky surface, allowing us to come in with a nice coat of protein bond. From cuticle to free edge, you're going to go through all 10 nails. Once you're done, you're going to come back again through all 10 nails, and this is going to eliminate all your lifting problems. What we're going to do is we're going to take our form, we're going to pre-pinch the tip, and again, we're going to create a nice squoval free edge. I'm going to use my form and we're going to basically rock it onto the nail so that it's nice and tight. Notice how I secure the form to the side of the finger. I'm going to pucker it to get a nice square platform, giving us an opportunity to sculpt perfectly parallel free edges to her growth channels. The key is this. The dampened dish, as you can see, is this deep. If I hold my finger right up to the edge, you notice it is this deep. I do not pour the liquid to the top of the jar and create lake monomer. You do not want to do that. You're going to waste product. I want to be able to pour in enough liquid so that it gets to about right here, to the base of the ferrule where the brush starts. All right. This is the perfect amount for us to work with. We are now going to take our Speed Clear powder and we're going to build a free edge flush to the natural nail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a nice pearl, and again, I'm going to set it right up to the free edge. For me to get to this corner, notice I'm going to use the body of my brush. I'm going to bring it even with my growth channel, and I'm going to walk from the top. Even with my growth channel, walk from the top. Boom. Get it right to the corner, back over the top. I'm going to get it, again, as you guys can see, I'm going to get it even with my growth channel, walk from the top, even from the top, even from the top. And what it will do is it will fill right in and leave you with a perfectly square tip to work off of. I'm going to lightly square this off and I'm going to move on to the next hand. I don't want it to be wider than the growth channels. I want it to be perfectly even. We're now going to take our custom glitter mixes with lava and shimmering sand and black glitter and hologram, and what we're going to do is drop small wet pearls around the surface. Once we are done getting great coverage onto the surface, I'm going to use Mylar while it's wet, and what we're going to do is lightly press it into the nail while the acrylic is wet. We now have an opportunity to take our silver polka dots and press it into the nail in random spots. I could do is use the back of my brush and lightly push it in to secure it. Once we are done applying our Mylar and our silver polka dots, we are now going to use a nice pearl of clear. I'm going to drop it right at the cuticle area. Notice how I'm holding the finger down at an angle, allowing the product to run towards the free edge, balancing over the stress area, again using the body of my brush to balance. And as I start to feather it through, it starts to encase the design. If I need a little bit more product, I can always come back with a small pearl. I'm going to set it right at the tip. I'm going to feather it right up into the stress area. This is going to allow me to balance it with the body of my brush into perfection. Again, wipe my brush, balance, wipe my brush, balance, keeping everything connected, making sure everything is perfect. We're now going to allow this to set, and we will file and finish into perfection. Once the nail has dried, we're going to remove the form from the nail. We're going to make sure that it is pinched to perfect shape. We are now going to file the perimeter of the nail. Again, I'm going to create a nice squoval look. I'm going to keep my hand file straight on both sides. Notice how I actually tilt my hand file to taper the free edge. My lower arch, again, starting from the tip, filing up and into the side, making sure my lower arches are going to be perfectly straight. I'm going to accomplish the same thing by turning the hand to the side and doing the same thing on the opposite side. File perimeter. Shaping the perimeter is going to be important for you to achieve the perfect form. All right, we're now going to take our safety bit. Looking at the side of the nail, I'm going to be able to start from the cuticle area, work myself all the way to the free edge from zone 1, zone 2 to zone 3. I'm going to look down the barrel of the nail. I'm going to make sure that we're filing in one direction to make sure that everything is going to be even from side to side. I'm going to go around the cuticle area in one direction. Right, one direction all the way through. And once we're done shaping the cuticle area, we're going to come through the whole entire body to make sure that we have great shape from cuticle to free edge. Once we're done using the I formation to shape it, I'm going to use my hand file to come around the cuticle area to make sure that we do not have any ledges. I'm going to use my hand file to come through the rest of the body to make sure everything is going to be nice and tight, nice and even all the way through. Remember, once the shaping is done, once all the excess has been removed, you do not need to spend a lot of time hand filing. I can come right through the body to make sure that everything is absolutely perfect. Again, I want to be able to look at this platform, the client's view, to make sure that everything is going to be nice and even all the way through the body. All right. We're going to use a sponge buffer to come all the way through to remove any small imperfections. You can use swipe to to dust away any of the dust. And we're going to use finish on the surface. Remember, if you're using finish on top of acrylic, you don't want to smooth it out to a basically flawless, like smooth texture. You need a little bit of grit so the gel will bond without chipping. So again, when you're running your sponge buffer, you just want to be able to go light through the surface just to remove any small imperfections from the nail. We're going to apply finish over the top, and we're going to get it inside the light for 2 minutes. Once the finished gel has cured, I'm going to come out of the light. I'm going to use rose oil around the cuticle area and the hyponychium to condition and create a nice supple nail. And as you can see, we're going to get incredible jewelry style reflection with just a few nail art combinations.